friends, Sam Wahid Khan, speaker at Mission Alwayz Strong. We were discussing communication in general, different types of communication, what actually communication means. One more time, communication is not just uttering of words or just the body language or the tone of the voice itself, but it's the combination of different things, especially when you're considering writing emails, texting people, presenting agenda when you're not even present there, how to get to the person, to the audience, or to the party on the other side, the recipient, so you're able to convey your message in the same perspective as you sent it and make them understand what you exactly means. That's basically a communication is a combination of all these factors into one. So considering that, 4 different types of communication is very common in the study. The number one being passive communication. So passive communication, as the name suggests, it's the form of communication. People who use this form of communication are mostly shy. They keep it to themselves, like they hold on to their opinions and are scared to share it with the people around. The most basic thing behind that form of communication is less conflicts with the people around. They don't want drama. They don't want to be, to become the eye of the gathering. They just want to keep low. So what happens is with passive communication, over the time they develop a pattern of basically suppressing their emotions, their status, their feeling, the real them, what they actually feel like, because all this time they're mostly trying to avoid the conflicts. But what happens in long run, if you observe this form of communication, it has a lot of negative effects on it. People normally who go through passive communication style, if you sit with them, there are different signs you can see. Like normally they wouldn't be as much engaging, looking at you. Even if they present their opinion, it's going to be in very low tone. And when you counter that, they're going to just quickly back away from it and giving you basically the authority to make a decision, using statements like, I don't know, you can do whatever you want, it's up to you. And the whole thing is like consistently, they don't want to say something that's going to upset you. And what ends up happening is, you accumulate so much emotions and so much suppressing your feelings in yourself, that a lot of time these people will have, this communication style is you'll outburst in angers and you will say things that you really didn't mean, and that's because you've been suppressing yourself for so long that you're unable to take it anymore. And the moment you cross that threshold, then what happens is you go back into guilt that you shouldn't have done that, and you're not a person like that, and you go right back into your passive communication style again, and the cycle starts. So you keep on collecting all this stuff, suppressing your feeling, and then eventually a time comes where you kind of collapse, and then you start over again. So you really have to, people, if you're not aware of it, if you don't know different form of communication, you can actually look into that. I myself was a passive communicator at some point, and I personally observed what I just talked about. And then, as I got familiar with different form of communications, as I got more into wanted to talk to people more and communicate better, I came across different fields I was able to identify. So what you do is like you change your pattern. You try to bring your emotions out, and you try to present them in a way. If you're good at writing them, you do it like that. If you're good at speaking about it, with words, you can do that. Like you have to bring your emotions and your self-care out. I mean, you can, discussing things shouldn't be a problem. Expressing your opinions shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you don't want to be a passive communicator, because the only good, thing I see from it is that you might end up getting less conflicts or less problems or discussions with people. But on the other side, it does have serious consequences, because you're unable to communicate properly for so long, suppressing your feelings. So people end up developing low self-esteem, low self-confidence, giving up their rights, depression, because they feel like they're stuck, they can't get out of it. So you have to recognize your pattern, write down the things. If you are a passive communicator, you want to start looking into assertive communication style. That is one of the most successful communication style. We'll be talking about it in our later episodes. But passive communication, again, is one of the most weaker form of communication, where the only pros you see is less conflicts, but majority of the things that goes are against your personality. It suppresses you. As you get older, you have this resentment that you weren't able to express yourself properly when you had the time to do so, and so on and so forth. There's so many things attached with that. So you don't want to, if you are a passive communicator, you want to come out of it. You want to go towards assertive communication, which is the true form of communication. It helps. Any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll be discussing the other 3 forms of communication in the next 3 episodes. You can follow me on Facebook, Sam Wahid Khan. You can follow me on Instagram, Sam Wahid Khan. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.